pill to see if I can deal with it. Have another drink and maybe I can just forget. Drive a little faster, try to get away from here. Can't escape it. I can't escape from you. So light it up and let it burn just to feel the smoke. Think everyone around the world could really use a toke. Don't take it serious and maybe learn to take a joke. Let's all get faded. Everyone is trying hard enough to live. Trying to live without regret. So turn it up a little louder so it hits. That's my therapy. My therapy. We all have got to find a way to try and deal with it. Like a candle that gets burned every single day. Plug it in and crank it up to get away from here. So we escape it. We escape it. Everyone is trying hard enough to live. Trying to live without regret. Turn it up a little louder so it hits. That's my therapy. My therapy. My therapy. My therapy. Wow. Take another pill to see if I can deal. Have another drink when everything gets real. Crank it up a little louder so we feel. That's my therapy. Everyone is trying hard enough to live. Trying to live without regret. Turn it up a little louder so it hits. That's my therapy. Everyone is trying hard enough to live. We all have got regret. Turn it up a little louder so it hits. That's my therapy. My therapy. My therapy. My therapy. My therapy.
All right, check it out. We're broadcasting live from Katzinjamma's laundromat. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, son. But anyway, check me out on Granite Coast Entertainment and MaximumThreshold.net and Moose's Sound Check on Spreaker as well. So we got a bunch of downloads from him too. But what you just heard right there was My Therapy by My Therapy featuring Eric Rogers from Stereo Mud, Dangerous New Machine, Love Said No. He's the opening track on the brand new compilation that's being released in conjunction with Grindstone Records and RockMetalChalk.com. So we got 20 bands that are going to be featured on there. So if you think about that, that's about 30 cents a song. How can you beat that? We're going to be distributed in several retail locations, exclusively in Pinellas County at the Clearwater Record Shop. We'll also be at, I believe, Undaunted Apparel in Las Vegas, and hopefully here in Newport Richey at a couple of locations. I have one in mind. I don't want to speak before that's actually approved. So I know it's going to happen, but you know how I am. So Katzinjamma thinks, he should be on the CD cover. He should be on my show. He should be featured on the front with Dave Alvin and White Trash. You're a trip, brother. I love it. But yeah, Katzinjamma's on there, so we're featuring a track from him. One mystery band that's going to be on there. So I think we're doing Resonation by Katzinjamma. I put him in a really good spot. Some of this stuff might be altered on the cover, so I had to feature some names because I have to sell this so people can hear Katzinjamma more and Yoshi and several of the artists on there. So I'm going to ask Katzinjamma, if you're listening, please let me know if this sounds good and if I'm overmodulating or not. I really wasn't happy with the way my last show sounded in the beginning, so On my mixing board, I show very low power, but I show a good sound on the software. So, Katzinjamma's laundromat. But I mean, overall, it sounds pretty good to me from here. So I'm hoping that's the case. But yeah, we got Katzinjamma on there. My Therapy featuring Eric Rogers, Andy Gerald, who was in Marilyn Manson, 16 Volt, Ashes Divide. Christian from Fear Factory plays on the Isolated Antagonist track and their whole entire CD. There's a bunch of names to run through. The Erotics are on there. There is no us. There's so many bands. I'm going to have to pull up the list here. Let's just check it out. So we got Martyrs Asylum, Kisses Kill, 1,000 Pound South, The Recast, Dave Alvin of White Trash's new band, Bone Monkey, Woe is the Accursed Earth, Andrew W. Boss, the rap metal sensation, Brett Perozzi, who was in Bile, Green Jello, Vibrator. His band Creep is on there. Cadaveria from Italy. There's one not confirmed yet, but that is Steve Haley. So hopefully he's going to get a track to me. You know, he's one of the hardest working guys out there. Davey Suicide. I mentioned the Erotic. So Machines on Blast is on there. Machines on Blast is working with the dude from who was in Motigrated, one of the drummers. So he's getting a lot of radio promotion. So that's all. That's what this is all about. Is working with people who are going to help spread the word of the other 19 bands. And you know, a lot of these compilation companies let you put an application in for free. And then when you're approved or they like your track, which they almost take everybody, they just split you onto different compilations because you're going to pay a sponsorship fee. And they tell you you're going to be heard on radio, which that's not how radio works. I worked in the radio industry. There's so many records and tapes that come in. There's a box called the Box of Broken Dreams, and it's true. It's almost at every radio station. That's where your shit goes. It gets recorded over if it's good. If they need tape for some reason, they'll go in there. If something they can use it to cut lines of coke on. That's what they'll do. You know what I'm saying? And record companies don't get approached by other record companies with a compilation. Sometimes that's the case. They may find it, or I may know a guy. But generally, a record label like that isn't chomping no record label is listening to a compilation CD, and they're going to listen to 20 bands on it. If they do, they're listening to 1 second of everything, and then that's it. It doesn't work like that. So it's false promises when you're laying out money. This was not done that way. This was done at street level marketing for the band's majority, but of course I have to label it with my name, and I'm trying to revive a record label so I can bring you new artists and new things old school, because I feel that you need to have a tangible item in your hand. I only buy digital when it's necessary. A lot of my tracks are digital. Yes, I will admit that. A lot of the stuff is given to me. I don't ask for physical copies anymore. That's how this industry works now. Like if they're going to send me the LA Gun CD, they don't send me the physical CD. So if I want it, I buy it. But I still have that for my radio show so I can promote that band as fast as possible and get them on the air. I will do a stream of all 20 tracks. I will do something where if you buy the CD and you post a picture of it to promote it with, you know, some tags and shit like that, I will send you the MP3 version that's, you know, the masters, the way the band sent them in. Some songs I had to fade a little bit or clip some silence off the end, and I'll throw in a couple of bonus tracks of maybe the song I did with the guy from Buck Cherry and Sister Kill Cycle and the guy from Dope. I might not do that vocally. I wasn't happy with that. I might give you the original of that. So that's something I'm still working on behind the scenes. I'm only waiting on 3 more tracks, but I'm very excited to put this out. It's called rockmetaltalk.com presents Bands to Burn 2 Volume 1. Volume 2, I might change the name. I don't know. I just felt it was appropriate with the artwork and some of the bands that were on there that name fit this volume. It's technically Rock Metal Talk Presents Volume 1. That name is just there so I know which release it is. But there's only going to be 500 copies. If it sells out super quick, I may go to reprint, but I feel if I print more than 500 copies, it's not going to sell as well. I'm going to be stuck with some. So I don't want it to get played. If I feel there's a need for it at that point, I will do it. Obviously, I can make more money if I print 1,000 copies, because right away, 50% of them are shipping to the bands. So you can either buy it from me, what's left over, pick it up at a retail location, or you can get it from one of the bands. They have to list it at $6. That's just part of the feel to it, the way I have to, because I have to sell it for $6. If they want to sell it to you for $3 or give it to you for free, that's their business. They're not allowed to list it for any less than $6. That's just how I have to do it. It's competition at that point, no matter how you look at it. So tomorrow's my wedding anniversary. I met my wife actually 20 years ago. The end of December, January 97, 98. We got married in 2005. So if you're listening, me boo, happy anniversary. Tomorrow we'll be celebrating at Disney World, I think. Yoshi Gish came in last night. I fucking sat on the couch 5 minutes. I have a bad habit of doing this, man. And if you invite me somewhere, I always, like even before the show, I take a little rest. I have to set an alarm. I've done this to Raven Blackwell. He's invited me to things. I sit down to take a rest for a minute before I get up and leave. My ankle might be inflamed or something. And I fell asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night. I'm sorry. I never used to do this, but these are the things that happen when you fucking Jay Stone. Oh, this Katzinjamma's fucking laundromat is filled with fucking pot smoke, I think. Go smoke that shit over there, lady. That guy is too much. Thank God that, that no one gets upset, because they know I don't censor people. But I mean, that it's funny shit regardless. But yeah, I appreciate Yoshi coming in last week. It was a great show. It was very chaotic. We had all the dogs here. We didn't want to leave them, in another room. Katzinjamma's messaging me. I got to turn that off for a minute. I'm looking to record, so I'm looking for a studio in the area. But I'm going to play another song here, because I've been yapping about the stupid compilation CD that you're going to hear about a million more times that's going to be released in March. So we got another Katzinjamma segment tonight, and we got Prickly Rickley is back with his segment. We're going to play more My Therapy, a very good song. I'm going to play the acoustic version of it because I feel that fits the show, and the piano version makes me a little more emotional when I listen to the lyrics. So I'd rather listen to the acoustic version on the show, so I don't have to be upset. So we're going to play the Erotics, Steroids and Cocaine, Rozzik. I think I say his name right. I'm not sure, but we're going to play 2 tracks by him and Judy Ripper. So we have an interesting night. And then The Walking Dead's coming back. They were renewed for a 9th season. Scott Gimple, the showrunner, is now